You guys are gonna enter, guys. This is gonna be a legendary battle. The Beluga Man versus the Nutted. All right. Enter in three, two. Wait, actually, make sure you have Fatal Proc. Make sure you have all your buffs selected.
Yep,
All right.
ready.
Three, two, one, go. All right, we're getting ahead into this race. Right now, the Nut is a Wild Hunter. Just blew up his Eternal Pants. Told you, one of the strongest bucks in Tiger going at it right now. We're going for the initial burst. Now, Wild Hunter is a 2-minute class. They should have the faster edge at clearing and pacing. But Buccaneer, even though it's a 3-minute class, is a very DPM heavy. It might be able to outpace that burst cycle and get through the Nut's timings. Oh, Toji with a huge advantage right now, probably because he's a 3-minute class. Let's see how it keeps going. But yo, I better see more belugas. Put on your man Toji right now. The Nut continuing with his Roar 5. That extended burst is going crazy. Now, only have, what, 25% of the bar left? Or 25% of the bar after that burst, while Toji's already nearing 50%. He's going crazy right now. The Buck Dragon is doing hella DPM, and his damage is going to continue to be consistent. I think Toji is running, looks like a Kant, so
Oh,
that damage is going to be very, very,
bro,
very
I realize
consistent.
why I'm missing damage. That's okay though.
Okay, now apparently the Nut is missing damage, unknown, so he's already in the back foot more than he is
No, 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 no,
usually.
no. It's known. It's known. I
It's
see what I missed. I pressed it and it didn't go off.
okay.
Ooh,
Told you
that's
now
unfortunate.
at 40% of the bar left. This system is UFO. Now it's very easy system to ignore P1, but I think it is worth it to throw a few pot shots. While the Nut is lagging his ass off with a giant ball, just going frame by frame through screen. Ball is very, very annoying to deal with, and it can definitely cause a die if you're not too careful with your positioning. However, it's also one of the more easy ones to shut out. However, you do lose DPM when you're too far on the ground, as you are unable to hit the far, far shots. Toji going on with his 90s right now,
Missed
continuing his
that. Oh,
birth. Uh, he,
it's
he
okay.
he missed something, but UFO is cleansed. He's having just a free DPM phase right now. There seems to be very, very free P1 for Toji right now. Did not just barely passing the 50% mark, and he's cleansed ball. It's good. This is really good strats right now for both teams. I don't see any mistakes or anything to really call out at this point. However, the Nut really needs to pick up the pace, using whatever ring swaps he can in order to keep
Oh
going.
my
Ball is
god.
back up for the Nut. He's already shown that he can cleanse this very freely, while right is up for Toji. Now, one of the things about right is that in the early phases, it's very, very slow, very easy to take down. You only have to aim at one spot, and you can aim it from anywhere. I don't really think this is going to be an issue for Toji, and he should be able to get out soon on his next burst. If not, holding his burst into P2 if he wants to get a smart minor lead but losing some P1 pacing. Then, however, is going with his second 2-minute burst. He's doing some decent damage, popping Will Saren. Gets a little bit of that DPM down. Ball's coming up. It looks like he might be going for the cleanse. Yep, another set for cleanse. Ball would only need one more shot to be fully cleansed. White is already offered Toji, and Toji has to deal with the FMA. Getting out real quick. Oh, he might be using his defense form up. No, he dodges to avoid the FMA. Very, very, very powerful utility uses from a Buccaneer. Not really sure how the defense form works, but it does seem that you can't tank it like that. Now, looks like for the Nut, he goes to the Wild Hunter, dude's fine. But there's 3 systems up right now. Oh, this could be very disastrous for the Nut if he isn't too
Dude, I'm
careful.
lagging like a fucking
And
bitch, bro.
and he's lagging too. There's a 4th system in play. Even he might activate the 5th system while Toji's already entering P2. This is a very solidified lead for Toji.
Oh
Con
my god.
user Buck is very, very consistent with his damage, and his burst looks like to be up in about another 2 minutes ish. He should be popping his 90 soon. Wait, everybody, listen to the next slide, please. Yeah, yes, we will be ordering that soon. Right, is blasting off. A UFO coming through, balls coming through. Holy, it is right now a cluster buck for the Nut. But it's okay. The Nut seems to be calm and steadily handling ball right now. He's very, very low. He better be very careful, making sure he doesn't tank too much hits. And he dies. He's lost his door as well. It's very unfortunate for him. He needs to pick up the pace. This might be the case of him just having no Eternals, or this might be a hands issue. We'll let the chat decide. Now Toji's already continuing his burst. Already popped his 90s. Going through P1 pretty handedly. Kalos is very easy to deal with, and in the early beginning of the stage, a lot of things do a lot of damage. In solo pacing, you really always know where the boss is gonna be. You never know gonna surprise you with a random drop. Looks like it's pretty very simple. It looks like UFO's up for Toji, and the Nut's out of P1. Getting into this, I think he had to burst out, so he might not have the immediate burst to get out. But It's a good time for him. Usually P2 is a very good for the nut. He usually is able to play somewhat frequently. I would say precisely aiming his shots where he is, but his burst does usually cost him some time downtime. Toji back on it again. Still has that UFO to deal with, but only needs one shot to cleanse. Going through, staying in the top area, staying on that flag to get that maximum damage, and he cleanses the UFO quickly. However, he did fall down, losing some of that timing for the DPM. Going to the left platform, right platform, making sure that Cal stays on top. He wants to make sure that he stays below it to continue getting the Octopunch on under him. That way he doesn't take any threat of damage. Alright, the Nut's continuing his burst. Up, Cal's doing dive, and he gets out of the way. He has 10 seconds to prep for the next system. Better proc his shot soon before he dies. Okay, looks like the shot's about to go, and Toji going back again. He has UFO to cleanse. Looks like Suri started the process, and he cleanses the system. Wow, it seems like it seems like there's no systems active for Toji ever in this phase. Very standard play gameplay. Up FMA activating for Toji. Obviously, he is a very DPM heavy class. Probably wasn't able to get that full burst out in order to exploit P1, but he did use Jenny to continue the DPM. The right is up. This should be very simple. He's staying on top of the boss. Just very basic burst. He looks like he might be trying to play for. Yep, he is playing for the test for the first phase of P2. Looks like he's going to use Jenny to avoid any damage, as well as trying to continue shooting it. Very just normal gameplay. You know, nothing too fancy. Not trying to like play it up for the audience. The Nut is currently bursting with his Roar 5. He should be able to get out on here on this burst, but we'll see. Looks like the binds are over, but the damage is not speaking. Dive is going through. The Nut's damage is the Nut's burst is still technically going on. We'll see if he can get out in this. And left is up. He has to play left. Test is very dangerous if you don't position yourself ahead of time to know where the laser is going to shoot. One misstep, and if you're not careful with your will skill, you can definitely eat the stun and just fall and die. It's neck and neck. Yep. Why so faking? Hey, let me just sidebar. This broadcast is brought to you by me. I need an H limbo for 2 weeks. If you're willing to carry me, I will not want Whisper of the Source. Thank you very much. I will be grinding M3 and 4. Alright, now back from our sponsor. Toji's back at P2 going again. Looks like he just popped his 9. He's doing his damage. Up, ball's coming up. Very easy system to cleanse. But it looks like he has to do. Oh, he misses his cleanse. That might be costly, but it shouldn't matter too much. Ball's very easy to cleanse. It only takes 2 charges, so it should be very free. Looks like Toji's continuing just DPMing back to the Nut. The Nut is just staying around the middle. Very very simple gameplay. There doesn't seem to be too much going on. He was able to cleanse his systems. The 4th depths is a little scary, but it's fine. However, his pacing is very far behind. He's gonna have to pull off a miracle, or Toji will have to make a mistake here. Up, dodges the breath narrowly. Good job by Toji. Okay, very simple. Aqua Punch. Very standard gameplay. Nothing crazy. Dive. Toji, yep, of course, down, what's it called? Down jumps to make sure that he's out of the range. He's already cleansed the system. The Nuts have also cleansed the ball. Looks like there are no balls here. It looks like there has been ball removal on both sides. No blue balls, no red balls. Oh, Cal's doing an FMA on the Nut side. The Nut, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to Jenny it in order to continue his DPM. Very smart of him. He needs to continue getting this damage out there. However, there's 2 systems active right now. The Nut's being very careful. Left and UFO up. Now, personally, the risky play would be to go for the UFO cleanse, as it's faster, easier, and he would have the less systems to deal with. However, if he does cleanse the left side, it would be very easy to deal with it, as there will be no stun chance of him dying due to a random stun. However, it does take longer to cleanse the left side, which may be costly and may bring him to the 3rd one. Now Toji's over here, Origin getting out, trying to get out of the 2nd phase of P2, getting his full burst out. Yep, doing this Dragon Punch. Yep, now he's continuing with his Octo Punch. And he is out. Now he's starting his 2nd phase. He's going to go down. Very standard gameplay. Nothing to commentate there. He's just going to go ahead, play the test out, and continue doing a groggy DPM. Now did not cleanse the full system of the left. Now he only has to deal with the UFO. Very easy. Nothing really too complicated about that. He just needs to land a far shot while continuing the DPM. I was trying to go for the ring swap, going for the totaling 3. Yep, that's right, guys. He has a totaling 3, not a totaling 4, but he has a Roar 5. How does it make you feel? Personally, I would not let that slide. Oh, looks like the left system was back. The nut has to be able to concentrate all of his shots onto that left system, or else he does get risk of accidentally flash jumping into a stun. And if he is not careful, he could eat another skill and die. Yep, very standard breath, nothing too crazy. Denok pops his shot, tries to aim, and he hits it. Nothing too scary about that. Toji's already dealing with the third phase of Kalos. Doesn't seem too scary right now. I think Toji is pretty much just has it in the bag. He's probably just dog walking the nut right now. The nut needs to pull out a distraction. He needs to do anything he can to catch up. But I don't know if there's anything he can do. I think this is just over. This is like watching Muhammad Ali fight a man with Parkinson's. This is not gonna be anywhere near playable. All right, they're not going right on the next test. He's starting the start of the third phase of P2. All he has to do is continue playing this very, very safely, very calmly. There's no test to deal with. Told you has to deal with UFO,
Yeah, I think it
but
was
this
a
damage is
GG because
going
I had an extra burst in
crazy.
P1.
I low key
I
think it
that's the
is.
diff. Yeah. Okay, skill sequence doesn't always save me. So that's okay.
It's fine, the nut. At least it isn't Yasu.
No, I timed it. It's like like almost a 13.5-minute run last time I did it.
Oh nah.
Shit does like no damage, what the fuck? Should already phased out.
It's just DPM. Good job, B.
Oh, boys, for the comeback. I was lying.
I don't know about that one. He's about to start P4, and you're still bursting P2.
What do you mean P2?
Or, sorry, the third bar of P3, sorry. You might be able to catch up for the burst, but... I mean, Toji's only like 2 bursts out.
Oh, like that skill shot?
Ooh.
Trick shot? Cleanse the system from over there. Hope this is a PR run for me though. Trying to...
Because left came on, I didn't finish this.
How's Dinnet doing from all the way back there?
Well, he's actually kind of getting close to you, but
yeah, I didn't confirm the 1 burst, so it's kind of like GG. I got hit like mid burst and was like, left is up, trying to save my iframe. Do I want to save it?
We're all equal in death. I'll end you. Death itself.
P, tell him -4 hat diff. -4 hat diff. I'm pretty sure you forgot who said that. Oh, Toad's taking a death. Well, it might be a little closer than I thought.
Oh my god.
Beluga. Any thoughts about that? Beluga.
Beluga.
Oh, it's actually getting close. But Toji using his origin to get out here. Might be able to get out this burst, but the Nut's still probably a burst behind. Maybe 2 bursts behind.
No, I
Alright.
burst out on this next one. It's my roar 5 on the next burst.
Alright, cool.
And Toji is out at 15, like 30 or something.
Yeah, I would have been out here. I didn't press my key down. Oh, unfortunate.
GG. I'm just.
I
good
don't
at
need to
this
finish
game.
for my points.
Bitched.
Pitched. The nutted again.